Gridiron Rugby, Rugby League for American Football Fields. This is part 2 of this presentation. This video is presented by the Gridiron Rugby International Federation and United Rugby League. If a ball goes through the end zone and the offense touched it last, it is a 20-yard restart. This also applies if the defense catches a punt in the end zone without the ball touching the ground. This is similar to a touchback in American football, where the defense gets the ball and they can immediately pass to a player on the 20-yard line who can then tap it and restart play immediately, so pay attention. Now, if the ball goes through the end zone and the defense touched it last, or they're tackled with the ball in the end zone, it is a goal line dropout. It is similar to a safety in American football, only no points are scored. Now, the defense will have to drop kick the ball back from the middle of the try line to the attacking team, in which they get a new set of 6 tackles in great position. Now, since there's only 11 players a side in Gridiron Rugby, whenever a scrum is called, they only use 5 players packed into a scrum from each side. These are considered uncontested scrums. They're not inverted tugs of war like in rugby union. The reason for the scrum would be to get the 5 players on the defense in one area, and it's going to open up the field of play for the attacking team, albeit briefly. So a 6-player from the attacking team will roll in the ball in the scrum. And so we want to remind you while you're in the scrum, don't accidentally knock on the ball. The objective of an attacking team is to score a try. Now, unlike American football touchdowns, in rugby the ball must literally touch down or be grounded in the end zone to score. Don't just run through the end zone like in American football or you'll lose possession. You get a try, you score 4 points, and you get a goal kick, their version of a conversion. And in the event that a player is tackled in the end zone and the ball is held up and not grounded, play stops. If the attacking team has any tackles left, they restart on the 5-yard line. Otherwise, the defense wins the ball on a 20-yard restart. Now, a team can score 2 points for a conversion or penalty goal. Unlike the American football conversion, rugby conversions are hardly automatic, and on many occasions they determine the outcome of the game. The ball is kicked based on where the try is scored. The farther away from the center the try was scored, the harder the kick will be. Now, the kicker can go back as far as he needs to for the best angle, but must be at least 10 yards back. Now, if a goal kick is requested after a penalty, the kick will occur from where the penalty occurred. A drop goal is when a player drops the ball and kicks it off the ground through the uprights. This scores 1 point. This is normally used at the end of the half, at the end of regulation, or in some leagues, overtime. A team would attempt this if they are tied with the clock running out in the half, or they're 6 points ahead and need the extra point to have a 2-possession lead late in the game. This also could be used to run out the clock since the scoring team receives the kickoff, unlike American football. So always be aware of the drop kick as an option late in both halves of the game and in overtime. The sin bin or penalty area is punishment for a player who commits a professional foul. The referee can issue yellow and red cards just like in soccer, and the offending player would sit in the sin bin for 10 minutes and the team plays a man down. Now, if the offending player is ejected, the team would still play a man down for 10 minutes, but then a substitution would be allowed if any interchanges are left. Keep in mind, in high school level, 10 minutes out of 48 could be quite devastating for a team. So coaches, make sure to instill in your players, don't do anything stupid enough to get them in a sin bin. Interchanges or substitutions are critical to Gridiron Rugby as the game is fast-paced and tough. Now, a player that's benched for any reason can return on a later interchange. This is in baseball or soccer. If you're benched, you can come back in later. Now, in professional and college play, you're allowed 12 interchanges a game. In high school and recreational play, it's unlimited in the first half, then 6 in the second half, and then unlimited again on any overtime. Now, a player is injured due to foul play, gets a free interchange, and is allowed another free interchange only if he replaces the player who replaced him. After a penalty is called, options include kicking for goal, playing the ball right away, or kick for touch. Now, if kick for touch is called, the kicker kicks for territory. The kicker can kick as far as he can, knowing the ball must still go out of bounds. If it stays in bounds, it's a live ball. Now, the silent official will mark the 5-yard line closest to where the ball goes out without going past the ball. In other words, if the ball were to go out, say, between the 20 and the 15-yard line, the ball will be spot on the 20. Now, a player will toss the ball in from that spot to around where the numbers are marked on the American football field. The catching player taps the ball off his foot and plays on with a new set of 6 tackles. Penalties include, but not limited to, high tackles or other unnecessary roughness. Ball steal. You can only steal the ball if you are the only person attempting a tackle and only when the player is not on the ground. Holding on. You may not hold the player after he's tackled. Once the official calls the tackle, you must let go. And obstruction. You may not get in the way of an attacking ball runner and the defense, kind of like an illegal screen in basketball. Backtalk or backchat will not be permitted in rugby league. Officials will move the ball 10 yards after a call as punishment for dissent. Vulgarities and disparaging remarks about the officials are not acceptable. This includes sarcastic praise. Coaches are better off not trying to work the officials. Now, some leniency is allowed with the team captains, and sometimes a call has to be explained. A captain is not allowed to delay a game after the official is done with them. Officials can issue a yellow card or more severe action based on judgment if behavior does not improve. In summary, Gridiron Rugby is an 11-a-side variant of rugby league played on American football fields. The current top leagues of rugby league are the National Rugby League at NRL.com and Super League at superleague.co.uk. Both should be watched and followed to give an idea as how rugby league would be played on American football fields. The world sanctioning body of rugby league itself is the Rugby League International Federation, or RLIF, at rlif.org. The official sanctioning body of Gridiron Rugby is the Gridiron Rugby International Federation, or GRIF, at gridironrugby.org. Now, this version is not considered a replacement of traditional rugby league, merely one more suitable for American-based competitions at this time. Thank you for listening to this presentation. For more information, please visit gridironrugby.org and unitedrugbyleague.com. And when you go on those websites, please join our Facebook groups. If you want to learn more information about how to play rugby league, we have more detailed listings on our rules